Video games. I love them, you love them, but at times we want to play that game, we never can or ever will play it because of cancellation, or in these games' cases, banned in that country. In this video, I'm discussing when the game got banned and if they came over, what changed? Welcome to what I like to call, why was it banned? During my time of doing this series, I've been looking back at old and the recently released games coming out not long ago. But during my time working on Why Was It Banned, lo and behold, Australia comes out basically saying, "Hey Liam, we know you're doing this series, so as a bonus, here's another one for the series. Okay, awesome, bye."
He just left.
So yes, while I was working on the videos, another ban occurred, but I wanted to wait a little bit to see if the issue would get resolved and maybe a happy ending would come out of the situation, and unsuccessfully it did not, which is a major disappointment to me and definitely others. I'm talking about Disco Elysium, or more specifically, Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. Disco Elysium was a game developed by Zaum, I hope I'm saying that right, and was released previously on the 15th of October 2019, and was a treasure of a game, winning Best Narrative at the Game Awards and just being loved and recommended by so many people. But they had announced in 2020 that a new update expansion was coming, the Disco Elysium Final Cut, featuring more voice acting and added quests and storylines, and basically being the final cut of the game, of course. With this, it was great news to hear, and was also announced coming to consoles, which was really exciting for people who hadn't even played the game yet. I've been following the game since its release, and since I was in love with it, with the studio making one of my most favourite games of recent years. So for more people to get the chance to play it was great news, especially my friends down here in Australia. I want them to understand why I recommend it so highly, and that now they have no excuse since it's on consoles, very soon. Wait, what the fuck was that? What? Huh. Must have been nothing, I guess. Oh well. Anyways, where was I going? Oh yeah, thankfully the game is finally coming out to consoles, which is brilliant for all my friends. What the fuck was that? What? Did you guys see that? Wait. No. No, don't do it. Stay away. No. No! God damn it! No! Why? So yeah, the big bad banhammer came knocking at the door, or how it felt to be a sledgehammer right through it. Disco Elysium, a game I was giddy to replay on console and have friends play, was banned down under. So, as the title of the series goes, and you should all know it by now, say it with me, why was it banned? Our good old friends down under, the Australian Classification Board, as I've said in the past, is really strict, even when the game is R18+. And if any kids are playing it, that's not really the game's fault, is it? That's more the parents' fault for allowing that child to borrow their credit card to buy a game with drug use and big old titties in it. The problem with Disco Elysium was quite a list this time around, with the main points being drugs and sexual intimacy. For the drugs, as I said in the Saints Row 4 vid, Australia is pretty no-no for drug use, and the drugs in Disco Elysium were not able to squeeze past the big old tradie boots of Australia.
What kind of a sick country would kick someone with a giant boot?
The drugs for this case being the Speed Saint Baptiste Peptide and Speed Bottle. It was rewarded for your character, giving your character +1 motorics and -1 morale. You'd think, what's the problem though for that? Well, mainly what the description said about the drugs, and if they maybe didn't say one word in the sentence, wouldn't be such a big issue. How convenient someone has equipped this tiny bottle of amphetamines with a straw. It's to lure him and speed on the go. Amphetamine. It's always the magic word with the ACB, and that wasn't even the half of the reasons they got refused classification. It also included, in one sequence the player is able to select an option to use a stimulant by selecting, okay, my body is ready, let's do this, try some speed, in brackets. Another also describes a part where the lead character furiously inhales a certain thing up his nose and instantly feels a rush and your motorics are raised. The sign is followed by a sign reading secret task complete, find speed and sniff it. +30 experience. And I'm sure you're saying, okay Liam, whatever, the ACB can't handle a few drugs as rewards. Also, viewer, one final nail in the coffin, even though this was already in the game, I guess the voice acting really messed with the game more, but a certain mission with a young man named Kuno, who if you have played the game, you would know who this young man is, has you yoinking drugs off his dad and are given the choice to either take the drugs for yourself and keep it, or you can split it with Kuno, who is a child by the way, and he snorts it. So yeah, giving a kid drugs so he can have a snort of it definitely didn't go down well for Zaum. Hope I'm saying that right. I know I may have sounded rough on Zaum, hope I'm saying that right, but no, I'm on their side, always with the developers, and for the most part. But it's as I will always say, and said earlier, if you're worried about kids playing the games, then why classify it R18+? You gave it this rating so parents and workers know, oh, this isn't for anyone under 18, and Kuno sniffing drugs, sure, bad, I mean, should have given him weed instead, easier to go down, but I mean, come on, guys.
Since there may still be a way.
What's also interesting to me was another reason the game got banned, but was either tossed aside or was a no worries anymore from them. A feature added to the game was Twitch integration, so when you play with viewers, they can vote on choices in the game for your story and affect it to their liking. As if the game was hard enough with their choices, fucking hell. And this seemed to be an issue until after a while it wasn't. I never really heard any updates on that being a problem, and from articles and research, it seemed forgotten in the end. So, Twitch integration became all good. Thumbs up from the ACB. Good job, guys. So you're probably wondering what happened next. Was the game finally unbanned and released on consoles with restrictions, or was it marked by the mighty ban hammer for the rest of its life? Well, sadly it has been banned and still is, since with the game having no real update from either the studio or ACB board. Basically an oh well by the sounds of it, which is a shame, as I hope to not have to make this video end like this. I truly love Disco Elysium, and the fact the game is banned for Australians is a damn right shame. But there is a tiny light at the end of this tunnel, everyone, as even though it never released on consoles, the game is still available on Australian Steam still, and yes, it is the Final Cut version, so even though I said it was banned in Australia, they somehow didn't stop the release of the update on Steam, most likely because it was an update for a game and scheduled to be updated either way since it fixed bugs and glitches also, so yeah, if you have a powerful enough PC to play it and are down under, well, there's your chance to play it. One of the best RPGs out there now, and it's definitely worth the price of admission, whether on sale or full price. It's still a shame this happened, as I said, and do hope that they'll figure out a re-release on consoles, because I for one will be there to play it. I'd love to play a detective game where I'm hungover with amnesia solving a murder on my Nintendo Switch. So in the end, even award-winning games aren't safe from the grasp of the old squeaky ban hammer. Whoa, Liam, pump the brakes, slow down. You're talking about all this banning nonsense and everything like it's all doom and gloom, bud. Cheer up, because they announced on the 14th of May 2021 that the game was officially being unbanned with an R18+ rating. That's right, and also to everyone watching saying, why upload the video if it got unbanned? It isn't out yet and I worked my ass off making this video in the series, so I'll upload whether it does or doesn't get unbanned, baby. So yeah, great news to hear, and I'm certainly happy that this got sorted, especially after 2 months of no contact of what was happening with the game. So hey, we ended on a high note, everyone, hooray! Though this week I talked about a fully banned game that got unbanned in the end, what about a game where being a rebel and spraying the world with your thoughts against the system was banned, even though other games were allowed to do it back then as well? Tune in next week to find out what happened on the next episode of Why Was It Banned? If you'd like to keep up to date with the series and ready to watch the next episode when it releases, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like as well. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for watching. See you guys real soon.